Mindoro vs. Camilleri, fight highlights.
Shadow boxing at the rear of the arena beneath that baseball cap bedecked in the colors of his national flag. From Dumingag, Zamboanga del Sur in the Philippines, an athletic vault over the top rope. Joel Camilleri, experienced boxer with 38 contests under his belt, former national champion, 29 wins, 8 defeats and a draw, 14 of his wins coming inside the distance, and he has shared the ring with some very good operators indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is IBA Champions Night Dubai, presented to you by IBA President Mr. Umar Kremlov. This contest, 8 rounds of boxing for the IBA Pro Asian 75 kilogram championship title. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fight for the title. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in at 74.65 kilograms. He comes to the ring unbeaten and with a 100% knockout ratio. 13 wins, all 13 wins come by way of knockout. Presenting a WBO Asia Pacific title challenger, he comes to us from Dumingag, Zamboanga, Philippines. It's the Trigger Man, Will John Mindoro. And his opponent across the ring fights out of the gold corner and weighed in at 74.65 kilograms. He comes to the ring a seasoned campaigner, 38 contests, including 29 wins. 14 of those wins come by way of knockout. An IBF Australasian, a WBC Asian, an IBF Pan-Pacific, and an Australian champion. He comes to us from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, Yoel Kamakeo Camilleri.
Gentlemen, adapt to holding your glory. Listen to me comments. Take care. Good luck.
So the opening round underway. This is 8 3-minute rounds for the Asian Continental title at 75 kilogram middleweight. Between 2 accomplished operators, and a man wearing the black, where he has produced a KO of the year against Tyler Goodjohn, getting him out of there in the second to claim Olympic gold. Claressa Shields, of course. He's been in with punches as he lands a looping roundhouse right. Mindoro, frustrated figure, and then he'll start looking confidence for the man from Melbourne. Since moved to Sydney to test with Tim Tszyu, moved into that role earlier this year. Right cross, left up, left hook to the body, left hook on the inside, landed by Camilleri. Right hand, the left hand wandering around his quad and kneecap, walks his man back across the ring. Remember, both men scaling an identical course. Darting laterally, both left and right, is Camilleri. Well, John Mindoro seeking to pin him against the ropes, bringing square in there. He did get through with a power-driving right cross and unloads a couple of punches to the body. Left hook after turning the tables, landed by Camilleri. Competitive opening round of
Mindoro turning and moving. He was nice and busy. He landed a really good right hand to the body, actually, about 40 seconds out from the end of the round, as Mindoro came forward, just dipped his knees and sank it into the ribs as he was coming forward. But then right at the end of the round, Mindoro just managed to get him back onto the ropes and get to work himself everywhere you look.
Speaking of power, prior to going the distance with Dimitri, putting up everything within his shape. His good right hand to the body, followed by a left hook upstairs from Camilleri, but then Mindoro backing his man across the ropes with a forward foray, but keeping his composure under fire and answering with a single was Camilleri. Mindoro just seeking to end that little coming together with a right uppercut, but pulling the trigger first against the trigger man is Camilleri. Now backing him up to his own corner with nudging right uppercut. Continuing to be, oh, what a beautiful left jab, my goodness, came of sight of Mindoro, from around the kneecap, just cracked right into his face above our commentary position. Approaching the halfway stage as the overhand, quick-footed with his advances, trying to close the gap, but invariably the man breaking the standoff by letting his hands go first is Camilleri, and it's the disruptive 29 coming via the short route, remember, in the forearm of Camilleri. Dynamic figure up in the boxing ring as he circumnavigates, his back skimming against the ropes. Again, just even though Mindoro made his an elusive movement of Camilleri, just give you the impression that he's controlling the tempo, or he's setting the tempo.
In the 20 seconds in the second round that he had in the first, where Mindoro got on top of him a little bit. So that kind of wind that was in the sails of Mindoro at the end of the first, he's taken it back out again. And he's doing a good job of negating him and using that lead left, that jab well enough to score like he does there. I really like fights like this because it's quite a simple formula, isn't it? You've got one fighter in Camilleri, as we said in an earlier fight, shoulders, forearms, whatever, just make sure you start landing.
Well, Mindoro out aggressively and letting a fusillade of punches go, and a couple of the body shots did get through, followed by a flashing right uppercut. Pinned in his own corner is Camilleri, keen to try and fashion a clinch, but then just, oh, beautiful two-shot salvo to the body from Mindoro. Perhaps his best punch at the canvas, and got real leverage onto his shots. But now it's Camilleri walking down the knockout artist, and he's teeing away to the body before cutting the Asian Continental title at 75 kilograms. Well, sometimes the puncher's instinct can be a professional career to this point, having made his debut in 2019. But Camilleri with a cuffing right hand and then tying his man up in a clever physical contest. Left hand proffering the half cover guard. There he fires an overhand right. The left hook hooking up the miles on his fisticodometer as he glides around the perimeter of the ring. Camilleri, Mindoro. Again, when Andy and I were observing him work out at the Rocky Road Gym, as a flashing left-right combination catches the advancing Mindoro from Camilleri range as he walked his man down, but Camilleri landing with the inside of the glove, and then an altogether cleaner right hand, and another one from Camilleri, followed by a left hook, boxing beautifully off the ropes as Mindoro tries to respond with a right uppercut of his own. But he's terrific work by Camilleri to smother the man from the Philippines, who's looking for a right hand off the back foot, and a very clever...
You don't want to really mix it up too much with this guy if you don't have to. He's boxed really well so far, his confidence will be high. Maybe he's felt the power from Mindoro and thought to himself, you know what, it's not all that. These 13 people you've knocked out, they're not me. I've been on the end of this, and I don't think it's...
So Camilleri no stranger to going the 10-round distance, so 8 rounds, dynamic manner of boxing. As for Mindoro, who bulldozed his man back to the ropes and lands with a right cross, clever boxing out of the corner from Camilleri, who's remained responsible, but now he's beginning to be teed off upon by Mindoro. Is this a stoppage? No, it's a standing count. So, referee Valery Pastuhov stepping in with a standing count after hooks and uppercuts began to crash home against Camilleri. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand on the resumption, but now Mindoro has got his man going, and he's seeking to demonstrate that he is a precise and merciless finisher once again. It's an awful long time to negotiate. Beautiful left hook, but then a right hand in response from Camilleri. But Mindoro really is finding the range on his punches now, and wearing all of them flush is Camilleri. He's endured a torrid minute and 10 seconds so far. He's taken a standing count. Back into the breach steps Mindoro, senses that he's got his man going, he's wrestled him down to the canvas. That gives him some brief respite. The referee wipes the gloves clean, and he's walked onto a shot, which was an uppercut, which sends Camilleri to the canvas to take the second count of the round. There's still a minute and a half to go in round number 4, and against a finisher like Mindoro, that could well be a long 90 seconds. Camilleri on the ropes above our commentary position, bobbing and weaving, trying to hold off, but he's taken a right uppercut, and the towel has come in from Dino Billinghurst in the corner of the Australian Joel Camilleri, stopping this contest early. And exuberant celebrations, often the case when sharing a ring with a puncher. You've got to remain switched on for every moment that they remain upright.
You absolutely do, and we were wondering, weren't we, in between rounds, whether at the end of the third round there was a danger sign there because he was starting to fight Mindoro's fight more, and was that because he was confident, was that because his feet were slowing down? And then right at the start of the fourth, he got involved straight away in the kind of fight that really he didn't want to be in. The referee seemed to give a standing count the first time around, which he shouldn't have done, because there are no standing counts in professional boxing. You can judge that the ropes have kept the fighter up, but that wasn't really the case, I don't think. So that actually bought him a bit of time, but there was just no getting off the hook, was there? Because Mindoro was all over him like a rash. I think it was an uppercut that he walked on to in the end. And you can see how frustrated he is with himself there, which I think he will feel that he started to mix it when he really didn't need to. That's maybe not giving Mindoro enough credit. But at the end of that third, exactly what you wanted, isn't it? You know, he came in with that
Ladies
reputation
and
of being a
gentlemen,
puncher.
please show your appreciation for both boxers. And before we hand over the IBA Pro Asian Championship title, we have two special guest presenters, two icons of the sport, the real deals. Let me please introduce Mr. Kostya Tszyu and Mr. Manny Pacman Pacquiao.
Well, what a presentation party on hand to give the prize to Well John Mindoro.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecards. Pardon me. The contest ends in round number 4. The official time, 1 minute and 40 seconds of round number 4. Therefore, your winner by TKO from the Philippines, the Triggerman, Well John Mindoro.
So, Well John Mindoro retains his undefeated record and extends his perfect KO streak. That is now
Once again in the ring, two icons of boxing, Mr. Kostya Tszyu and Mr. Manny Pacman Pacquiao.
14 wins coming inside the
Kung
distance.
nagustuhan mo ang mga fight highlights na ito ay huwag mong kalimutan i-follow ang aking account na Cav Sports Highlights, at para makasunod ka at mapanood mo ng maaga ang aking i-upload na mga video, pwede mo rin itong i-like, comment, and share para mapanood din ng kakilala mo. Salamat at mag-iingat kayo palagi mga ka-boxing fans, and enjoy watching.